Hey guys, Carlos MRC, and you've all seen the title of this video. Today I'm gonna show you how to fit an Integy heatsink for the motor. Okay, so this right here for the Slash Stampede Rustler and Bandit. The thing is, even though it says Rustler and Bandit, all those Slash Stampede, they have the same transmission. Okay, same transmission. Same dirty transmission if you run it a lot and don't clean it. But the thing is, it doesn't fit with the fan on. So I took the fan off, took these big guys off from there. Okay, they went right there with a couple screws, and then the fan went on these. So I took those off. Took off the motor with my screwdriver. It's a 2mm. First I took the pinion off with a 1.5mm. Okay, right there. I still haven't tightened mine, or did I? I'm not sure. But I took the pinion out. Then I took these two screws. Took these off. Okay, right now they're pretty tight. But what I did, here, let me get them out for you. Hold on a second. My big old parts. Okay, so you've all seen this and why I use this for every video. Now to camera mount. So let's leave that about there. Let's see if you can see me. Hello. Okay. See this? Can you see the screwdriver? Can see that. Okay. So I take that out. Should be careful. Don't strip out the screw. Take that out. See, even the gears start. That's why I actually took the pinion out. So I'm gonna do that again with my 1.5. Okay, pinion out. And now switch screwdrivers to a 2.0. There's one motor screw. And there comes the other motor screw. Okay, so I'm gonna take that out. Make sure my motor doesn't fall. Okay, you can't see the screw. There that is. Sorry, filming with one hand and doing the work with the other. That is what she said. Okay, so here's my motor. Okay, this is a Valineon from Traxxas. It's a pretty long motor. It's a 550, I believe, or a 540. I'm not sure. I think it's for the heatsink is for a 540. The motor is a 550 or something like. I'm not sure. Okay, if you can see that, there's my heatsink on there. You can pop it to the side, pop it in, or to the side. Okay, so where's my motor? I took this big guy out. If I could do it on camera. Here, hold on. Okay, so I took this part off, and I was left with my motor. Sorry. Okay, so I was left with only the motor. I didn't take anything off. I didn't unscrew it or anything. I just tried to fit on perfectly. Those wires were in the way though, so I did back it away and then to the side where it couldn't go anymore, and then popped it back. Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, up, and the heatsink has to go like that. See, into G is upside down. You know, you could flip it around. Now if you're taking it off and on a lot, you will run into this getting wider. So you could just, with your hand, not too much force, you know, bend it in a little bit, and do that off camera. Okay, so just a little bit, and then you will see it's really strong on your motor. See, it took a bit of force to put it back on there, but you just like I said, you put it on like that. Okay, you could, if you don't want into G sign like that upside down, flip it around. Okay, with the into G sign down, and pop it on like that. Okay, so just like so. I think I squeezed that too hard. Okay, there. So just like that. Now we try to put it on the motor. I mean the transmission. Now you can see my MIP drive shafts in the back, but that's off topic. Your wires, try to put them up, and then you will have to do a big old turn. If you saw that right there. Okay, so your wires are up like this, but you need to make a big turn like that. Okay, but this I'm showing you right now is without that plastic black cap. If you want that on there, like I do, there's a difference. You can go ahead and skip a little bit, 30 seconds, if you don't want it on. Okay, but you simply just pop it back on. Make sure that your cooling fan or heatsink is away. Pop that in. Gonna take a couple tries until it stops and you can't see the screws. So once that's away, you move the heatsink back and forward. Okay, so it hits that corner right there. Okay, hits that right there. So then you pop it back in, and since you have your screws to still put in, it's gonna be a bit of a challenge. You take your 2.0 hex driver and you take your screws. Careful with your motor, like it fell off for me. So on camera you will see those holes. See, there's one. Look at this top hole. There's one, and then there's two. Like I said, your wires will need to be all the way in the back. So now you can see those both holes are lined up. Okay, you can see both holes or where the screw's going. So I'm gonna put the top one in first. I don't know why it's not screwing in, guys. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. go. So sure that screws back in. Don't tighten it up too much. Just enough. Okay. Actually make it a little loose. Just like that. You can see on camera. Okay. Because if you see that other hole down there, that's where your other screw is gonna go. But first, you do need to pop on your pinion gear. Pinion gear and grub screw. Make sure the grub screw aligns with the flat part of your motor, shaft. Now, you will be able to move it if you're doing this right. Pop in your pinion gear. Try to get it as level with the spur gear as possible, and by that I mean vertically, not horizontally, vertically. Okay. Don't worry about the mesh yet. Let's just put the pinion gear on. And here's your 1.5 millimeter. There you go. Just tighten that up. Again, make sure it is a little bit of straightened out with the spur gear. Don't tighten it too much. Instead of over tightening your grub screws, under tighten them, but use some blue thread lock. Don't use the red or you're dead. Take your other screw for the motor and your 2.5 millimeter, and then simply put that back on to the bottom hole you see there. Okay, that hole moving down there. Now the way you have to put that back in is your mesh. Okay. Now I've done this before, like you saw in the beginning of the video. It was ready. But you take a pretty thick piece of paper. My camera focuses, but you put that between the two gears, and like Traxa says, and then you'll have that path right there. Okay, I ripped it off this. I'm gonna get another one right now. Okay, just like that. Then you put it in. Make sure it's not screwed in, and by that I mean the motor. Put in your piece of paper, and then while the piece of paper is in there, you can put in that screw. I am using a really thick piece of paper, so it won't be good, but you'll have a basic idea of your mesh. So then you put in your bottom screw down there. I'm sorry you can't see. Bad thing is I can't see either. Okay, let me just get this off camera while you view my mess. Okay, sorry for that, guys. Okay, so you see I put my bottom screw in. Motor isn't going anywhere, but it's a real tight mesh. So with your piece of paper, put that in there again. Here, hold on. I'm gonna use this big guy. Go ahead, turn your wheels, which I don't think you'll have on here, or your gears. If you have thick piece of paper and it doesn't go through, it's pretty hard mesh. So you're gonna want to unscrew that just a bit, just like that, and your motor should be able to move a little bit. Okay. If not, loosen it more. Okay, big effect. Then with your piece of paper, put that in there again. That's what you're looking for. And then tighten it up. Just like that. So there's my motor installed. There's the wires I told you, that's how they work. Just bring them away from the ESC and more into on top of the transmission. You'll take a piece of electrical tape or a zip tie and put that on there so it won't be flopping around. And there's your heatsink. It works the same. Okay, nothing wrong with it. You will have no fan on it unless you put that on that somehow. Okay, on like that, or a custom mount, I don't know, something. Or you could use this on your ESC. But let me plug in my battery and we'll see how this works. Okay, battery leads, plug those in. Okay, those are in. ESC's not on. And turn on my transmitter, green, and then my ESC. Ready? Okay, that's all green. Check this out. That's working perfectly. Just how I wanted. Now this is my dad's rustler if you've been subscribed to my channel. This is my dad's, so he doesn't know I'm doing this. It's a bit of a surprise for him. Okay. So it's good. Just make sure your motor's tight. Mine isn't tight enough, just so it won't move or anything. And yeah, that's how you put your Intergy cooling system on there. Again, the fan might not work, but at least the heatsink will. It'll drop your temperatures at least by 5 to 10 degrees. And yeah, it's all good. You could even shave off this part up here or some other parts, and that's another way you could mount the heatsink. you could shave off at least half of it, or I'd say about a fifth of it, and then that fits on there with no problem, not having to take your pinion off and your screws and your whole motor and your gear cover, nothing. Just shave off about 1/5 of it, snap it on, and you're good to go. So with that, thanks for watching. I know it is 20 minutes. You know what, it's worth it for me. I like hanging out with you guys on YouTube. That is part of the hobby. So see you later, guys. Thanks. And make sure to subscribe.